boy K Money, aka Drew Kluska. We're switching up today for the Sin City podcast. I know Zach's usually the host, but today he's gonna be the guest. I'm gonna be doing the interview for him, and then we'll just go from there and see what happens. So Zach, what is up, buddy?
We're just chilling. We're back in PA. I was in Florida for like 2 months and getting things going again.
Working on Sin City while you're down there?
Honestly, not really.
Yeah.
Kind of have some other things going on right now with videography and stuff like that. A little bit of Sin City Academy, but that's pretty much it. But we'll dive into that during this podcast.
Yeah, for sure, man. For those who don't know, like, what's your just not even with Ninja yet, but what's kind of like your backstory, man? You know, leading up to like where are you from? How'd you grow up, and then what eventually got you into Ninja, and then what took off from there when you finally found it.
Back, huh?
It doesn't have to be in depth, but
yeah,
it's a little something.
Yeah, I mean, childhood was pretty normal. I was always like a really active kid. Baseball was actually my passion. It doesn't really relate to Ninja at all. But
which is crazy.
Grew up just playing baseball basically my whole life. Always played sports. Grew up in like a normal middle class family in Pennsylvania, and then during high school actually I quit baseball right before high school, and I had no idea what I wanted to do at all. I was like really lost in life, and then I always watched the show American Ninja Warrior. Loved it, but I never thought I'd do that. Like that stuff was crazy to me. I looked up to those guys a lot, but
couldn't even fathom it.
Yeah, exactly. And then when I was 15, I built a salmon ladder in my backyard. I just really wanted to
Was
try
that like
it.
just because?
Yeah, I guess it was just because like I started doing like flips and like rock climbing a little bit, and then
It should also be noted, not to cut you off, but Zach has always been very athletic, so I can state from that standpoint. It did start. I mean, I saw a lot of it firsthand because we're good friends, but the flips. I remember when you were doing like just a normal backflip. I was like,
yeah.
Yo, what?
I know. I surprised myself too.
Yeah.
I remember like the first day I did it, like I did it in like every single class, was like showing off to everybody.
Hell yeah.
different times for sure. But yeah, like that was kind of like my background. Then 15, I started to build a salmon ladder in my backyard. My dad and my grandfather helped me build it. It was like this 14-foot high thing, and nailed it first try. I just kept practicing the salmon ladder over and over again. And eventually I went to this this event where like a bunch of the top ninjas were at, like Joe Moravsky, a bunch of them. And then I was like really good. Like,
yeah.
I just popped off. I was like, I did not know I could do half of this stuff. And I just really surprised myself because I was better than most of the guys there. Like most of the professionals I was better than already. And
you had like pretty much no experience before that.
I remember like
except the salmon ladder.
Exactly, just the salmon ladder. I can pretty much do every single obstacle. They had a competition, and I found like the balance obstacle was like the second obstacle. I didn't know how to balance yet, but after that, I practiced a bunch and got really good at it. But I just remember like after my dad drove me to the event. After we got in the car, he's like, "I didn't know you were that good."
Yeah,
I didn't either. And
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, so I guess like after that, I knew like I had some like God-given talent in this thing.
Yeah, man. Would you say that event was kind of like a turning point?
100%.
Like okay,
yeah.
Like you know what? I'm gonna give this a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hell yeah, man.
So after that, I worked even harder at it. Got super addicted. Built more obstacles in the backyard. Kept going to events. Eventually, I was winning like most of the events I went to.
Yeah.
And eventually, like, leagues started popping up. Did really good. And then next thing you know, I was 19. They changed the age limit from 21 to 19 when I turned 19. So I got my shot. I submitted my video, everything. Then, the show happened. And
how fast did all this, like... I mean, it seems
quick,
like it happened... I mean, at the time, like, yeah, it was a couple years... But dude, it's almost like when you look back on it, it almost happened like immediately in a way because you got into it much later than the kids are now. Because there's like actual little kids who are doing it, and you were what? You're 15.
Yeah, I was 15.
Just started.
I've been doing it. Well, I don't really do it too much anymore, but I've been doing it since I was 15.
Yeah.
So like 8 years.
And then literally 4 years later, you're on a national stage.
Yeah.
And 4 years before that, you were just touching a salmon ladder for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even know. Like, you literally just did it because.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's great. So you literally just, it was a straight,
I mean,
fast.
yeah, and the game has changed a lot since I started. Like, when I started, like, the obstacles, they were so much easier. It was so much strength-based.
Yeah.
It was just like, how strong are your forearms and your biceps? How many pull-ups can you do?
Yeah. It was all pull.
And, like, I had a lot of confidence back then. Like, I wasn't really afraid of anything.
You just did it?
Yeah, I would just go for it. I had a lot of confidence, and it really carried me.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. So, yeah, we'll jump forward. 19, man. You get the call?
Yeah.
What, at that point in 19, did you already know you wanted to go on the show one day? Like,
yeah, no,
was that a goal
I
of
definitely
yours?
knew that. Yeah, because I mean, I would go to these events, and I was, I was going to beat everybody. I was trying to be the best. I was literally trying to be the best at 17, 18, 19 years old. Which
is rather rare, honestly. Because, I mean, you were probably going up against grown men.
Yeah.
So
anyone, like everyone on the show, basically.
You didn't have like age.
And I pretty much beat everyone in my prime.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome, man. So essentially, you were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do the show." Like you want to do the show, but it's like, I gotta wait till I'm 21, and then they change it, and you're like, "This is my shot."
Yeah, as soon as they changed the age limit, I knew that like I was gonna get my shot. Like I was pretty freaking confident,
Yeah.
Because I mean, out of all the underage ninjas,
You're probably the most well known.
Probably. Like, I was probably the top prospect. That's an opinion based, but definitely top 3.
Yeah.
100%.
So who's this guy? Who's this 19-year-old that's just tearing through all of our competitions?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I was really well known in the community. Everyone knew me. And, yeah.
And how small was the ninja community back then? I mean, it's still pretty small now.
Yeah, like back when I started, like there was probably 3 to 5 gyms throughout the whole United States.
That's insane.
And now there's probably hundreds.
Yeah.
So it's grown exponentially.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you ended up you submitted your video.
Yep.
You get on the show. What happens next?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to talk about, but I submitted my video. The day I got the call was literally the day of my dad's funeral.
Yeah.
So I was going through it at that point. I'm not going to go into that story too much. I think everyone kind of knows that already.
For sure.
At least if you know me. But pretty much happened out of nowhere. Got the call for the show. A month later, I'm competing. So, I mean, my mindset it was a tough mindset.
Like you're competing on the show a month later.
Yeah. After I got the call, yeah. So it was a hard thing to push through, but I mean that's what I wanted to do, and there I was, on national television. Got my shot to compete. Did pretty good. Qualifiers, finals, made it through. I didn't do great. Did good enough to pass through each one of them.
Yeah.
Made it to Vegas. I was the youngest one ever to make it to Vegas at the time. Not the case anymore, obviously, because there's 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
Winning the show now.
The show is completely. It's ever evolving.
100%, yeah, and like the teens are honestly the best right now. Just because, and I was probably better when I was a teen too. It's because like the fear aspect of things, like you don't like have that kind of fear. The weight aspect of things, you don't get injured. Faster. Recovery. Yeah, it's crazy, and like you don't have like a lot of responsibilities. When you're 15 years old, you kind of do
wake up, I'm training today. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly. Especially if like you're homeschooled or something and you have your own gym at your house. But anyway, yeah, the show, it was a crazy experience. I remember when I stepped into the starting block, my first time ever, I had a bunch of people in the stands wearing my shirt all day. And next thing you know, I hear this chant like, all day, like literally louder than anyone else like competing. And my heart was, whew.
This gave me goosebumps.
It was hard to take in. It was hard to take in, man.
And, that's a lot for a 19-year-old kid. Man.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, you're on the starting block. Lights, cameras. Never experienced anything like that. There's water now. That's new too. And then there's a producer on the side. They go 5, 4, 3. Like it's intense.
Dude, I mean, you went from, this kid from literally a little hole in the town wall.
Yeah.
That like no one's ever heard of, and just to never experiencing something like that. Yeah, you went to Ninja Cons and stuff, but literally going from that onto a national stage.
Yeah.
Like,
And that was a dream. That's what I wanted to do.
but like, what does that even feel like as a 19-year-old? If you can put it into words as best as you can, but like, they're almost like surreal. Like,
yeah, it's super surreal.
just
like,
didn't even feel real.
you can't really prepare for it. It's just you're thrown out there. You're here, and it's time.
You
It's
don't-
go time.
Probably one of those things that you don't actually know until you're there.
Yeah,
and you're doing it.
Yeah, it's definitely a different experience than competing in like a regular competition. Like the lights are so much higher, the stakes are so much higher, and you kind of go into like a fight or flight mode. Like you know how your mouth gets dry when you get super nervous. Exactly that, and like you almost like don't remember everything because like you're just so in the moment.
So you know you went to Vegas, when you're 19. Where did you finish among like the show?
Yeah, we'll take it back a little bit. Yeah, I got to Vegas. It's pretty cool. Like they give you a hotel, your flight, everything paid for. In this like ginormous hotel with casinos and everything. Never experienced that before.
You're 19.
Kind of threw it out there. You go out like 10 days earlier. So I'm just chilling in Vegas, 19, in my own hotel room, just chilling with all the ninjas. And then it's like it's game time. It's a show time. It's a lot bigger in Vegas. Like the obstacles are so much bigger. Everything's so much higher up. Like some things are like 20 feet over water.
That would scare me.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a heights guy.
Yeah. I was definitely in a better mind state in Vegas. I would say I was also in better shape in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely more on in Vegas. But anyway, stage one, probably like my biggest like weakness because like it's a lot of like parkour slash explosive lower body moves. It's more speed.
Yeah.
I'm more of like an upper body guy. Like my strength is where I shine.
Yeah.
So it was a big what's the right like obstacle for me, like a challenge for me.
Yeah.
So anyway, I pushed through that. It was a crazy run. I had 5 seconds left, so like the things were like counting down as I was climbing up this cargo net, and I got to the buzzer, and I was exhausted.
Yeah. Your arm just flops onto it.
I mean, during that run, dude, honestly, I didn't think I was gonna finish. I really didn't.
Yeah.
But I just pushed through.
I bet a lot of people probably don't even think about that.
Yeah.
But when they watch it, you probably make it look so effortless, but they don't realize just how tired you are, dude. And you're running off of probably pure adrenaline at that point.
It's not even, I got tired because of like going through all the obstacles. It wasn't that at all. Like if I was like a normal, like I could probably do all those obstacles right now, even untrained and all that.
Was it the stage, maybe?
It was the stage, bro. It was the adrenaline.
You were like mentally just like, oh.
I'm tired. I'm tired when I step on the starting block.
Yeah.
All the adrenaline, man. My heart's pumping.
Adrenaline dump. You're like, ooh.
And then like the obstacles are nerve wracking too. Like there's so much fear involved. Like one of them's like it's a racetrack that you fly down.
Oh yeah.
Launch yourself. It's so scary. You have to push through that in the moment in front of everybody.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. But anyway, that was like the run of my life. I remember like I just hit the buzzer, had like the 4BD in the back of my shirt, turned around, just like that was for you.
Heck yeah, man.
But
it's like something out of a movie. Honestly.
Yeah.
You can't make that stuff up.
Nah. But yeah, that was an insane experience. Stage 2, I actually ran stage 2 twice. Probably not supposed to say that, but I don't care.
What are they gonna do?
Yeah, so like there was like this super hard obstacle called Deja Vu on stage 2, and the first 12 people fell on it, and including me, I was the third one to go, and so they reran everybody.
Oh, okay. Did they take that obstacle out?
No, they let everyone else that would have went after us. They let them practice it. So they got their test run.
Wow.
We already had our, it was the second obstacle. So, yeah, so I ended up running again. And my second run, I got past that obstacle when I fell on. Made it to the wing nuts, made it like really deep into the wing nuts, which is a thing everyone fell on, but I think three people got past it.
Yeah.
I was going to the last wing nut, and I peeled off.
I was gonna say your grip failed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, at the moment, like, I don't even know, but
it's just whatever.
Yeah, I guess I got pumped out, but as far as I know, I was the furthest rookie that year.
Yeah.
As far as how far I got in the course, timing, they didn't even let us know that, but I think I got the furthest out of all the rookies that year. So.
Heck yeah, man.
Pretty cool accomplishment, and yeah, man, it was a really surreal experience. Super proud of it. After that, I kind of, hmm, I kind of like, I kind of went on a downfall, honestly. Like I never got up from that.
Were you
To be
kind
honest
of?
with you.
Do you think that was like it was a sign, or was it more so? Do you think it was just like you personally? You're like, you know, all right, I pretty much accomplished what I wanted to accomplish.
Yeah, it was
You
that.
know,
I think it
yeah.
was that.
I
I
mean,
mean, at the
did
time, I didn't know it was that, but it was like,
like looking back on it, you're like,
yeah,
what
like
else,
I
what
just,
more did you want?
I mean, I wanted to win the whole thing. I did want
Obviously,
to win the whole thing,
obviously,
but that's a tough task for anyone to do. Like, and to have that be your goal forever, I just didn't want that.
that's a lot, man.
A lot of people are going after that, and they waste so much time and energy on that, and
Throwing the
I
show
didn't want that for
10
me.
times.
Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of lost a little bit of love for the sport after that, and I went on the show, did what I wanted to do, and I don't know. It's just I didn't care for doing it again
Yeah.
as much before. I don't know. It's hard to put a number on that, but yeah, I just kind of lost the love for it. I would say after that, and I did it again. Next
The
season.
following year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't perform super well, but it was still a good experience.
Yeah. Would you change anything? No. If you could.
I mean, you can't change anything, and like I always say, like I don't regret anything.
Right.
Like, everything happens for a reason.
Hell yeah, man. That's the way to go through it, though. You know, it happened. It's done. And honestly, looking back, you should be proud, man. You know, I know I am just as a bystander being your friend. Like, dude, that's all. I mean, obviously, I can't do any of that stuff. I can do a couple seam ladders.
Yeah.
And then I get tired. I can't do that all day.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's really, really impressive stuff. Like what those guys do. But yeah, man, I think just like the longevity aspect, it's not some. I mean, your body would probably end up getting wrecked. You know, it's a lot of a lot of pull, a lot of having to catch yourself.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a tough sport, especially for adults, man. I've went through my injuries, my wrists, my elbows, my shoulders.
as you get older, you probably get like
tough,
super
man.
sore.
Yeah, and the obstacles keep getting harder and harder, and more impact, bigger laches. It's fun as hell.
Yeah,
But I mean, yeah, I think I would get injured if I tried again.
So after that second time you went on the show,
Yeah.
did you want to go back for a third, or were you kind of just like, like I don't want to do this anymore?
I tried to. Yeah, I tried to go back for a third. I think the next season was like the COVID season.
Oh yeah.
So they only took a certain amount of people. I don't know if they would have took me anyway. To be honest, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried again, but the same thing. Like my heart wasn't.
Were you kind of just like whatever?
Yeah, like if I'm not addicted to something, there's no way I'm gonna get good at it.
Mm.
I'm not gonna be at the top level if I'm not addicted to it. My heart's not.
You're not gonna have the drive, the discipline.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
which is it's all very important.
Yeah.
Especially in a competing aspect. I mean, you gotta wanna. You gotta want it.
Yeah.
You know, and if it's not there, why don't
Yeah.
you do it? You're only cheating yourself.
Exactly. Like these kids these days, you can't even get them out of the gym. Like that's how I used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I would have to force myself to go, force myself to do the work, and force myself to.
Felt like a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's not what you want.
Always in the gym. I was a coach for a long time. Like it kind of turned into a job for me. Yeah. I mean, there are certain aspects I enjoyed a lot. The people involved were awesome. The community is amazing, as everyone knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it brought me down a different path, though, for sure.
So speaking about that path, you tried the third time, didn't happen. You were probably just like whatever, right? You're just like, all right.
Yeah.
So, did you have a plan, or did you have anything in the back of your head after that, or were you kind of just feeling things out and what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I think I was feeling it out. I think it was kind of getting out of college at that point. I think it was like I went to community college for 2 years, got my associate's degree, and I think I had no idea what I wanted to do, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
No clue.
You were still like working at those gyms, right?
Yeah, I was working at two Ninja Warrior gyms. I mean, the money wasn't great, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a long time living
For sure.
thing.
Something perfect for a kid going through college.
Exactly, especially for me,
Mhm.
just like being on the show, and like that's kind of like what I did. So yeah, that was perfect. But yeah, I was in college, got out, didn't know what I wanted to do. I started kind of diving into like entrepreneur things. I started listening to like influencers and stuff like that on social media, YouTube, podcasts, all that type of thing, and it kind of led me down this business route. And
Okay.
I was training at a gym with Adam at the time, and we were talking about like this building thing. I think we did a couple builds for like people in the gym, like a warp wall, did a basement build, and I got out of college and we got a job. Just kind of out of nowhere, someone hit us up. We did it. It came out really, really well.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's start this business.
Just that you were like, you know what, this is what I want to do.
It was the perfect timing. Yeah. Yeah.
And that, honestly, that happened at a really, well, right before a really tough time. That was right before the pandemic.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it was actually kind of a perfect time for that because people couldn't go to the gym anymore.
Yeah.
So they needed to bring the gym to their
what are you
house.
gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's better than literally having a gym built in your backyard or in your house, right?
Exactly.
That's sick, dude. So it was that was never even really like a plan. It just kind of, you did some builds here and there, and you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
I want to do this.
It just kind of gravitated towards me. Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, like the big things that like happened in my life, like I never like had this big plan and I was going at it. It just kind of like happened right in front of me. I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've learned a lot through that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it made you into the person you are today.
Exactly.
So, you know, you and Adam decide, you know, we're going to do this. You officially start the business in what, December 2019? Is that when officially?
Yeah, I think that's the time it started. December, January, in that timeline.
And then, so you guys launched the business, and what happens next is just kind of like start off, like right from the jump, you guys get going.
Pretty much. I mean, it started out a little slow. Like we launched it. We got a couple jobs. We were kind of off for a bit. Then we went to this thing called the National Ninja League Finals, where like pretty much everybody goes to. Everyone that knows ninja, like everyone's there, you know, in one arena. And we advertised there. We bought like a TV screen, showed off our build, had pamphlets, talked to a bunch of people. We had like attractions to bring people to our booth. So I think that's kind of like what like really popped us off, really got us known in the ninja community. We gave away a whole ninja build, which was like $3,000 or something. Just gave it away. You gotta do what you gotta do when you start
crazy.
Out, you know?
Heck yeah, man. Gotta build that rapport.
Yeah. So yeah, we started popping off pretty much after that, and like that summer we got booked up with builds. We just got better and better and better, and pretty much just took off from there.
So when you say build, are you building like actual courses, or were you building, you know, warp walls? Were you doing both? Was it specified?
Yeah.
Did you have like packages you guys would sell?
Yeah, we'd have like packages. Like we'd have like 5 different packages you could choose from. If you wanted just like a warp wall. In the beginning we would do that, and then like once we got like more known, we really didn't have time to make one obstacle, so we'd have to sell the whole package.
Right.
So yeah, we would do like backyard builds. We would do like ninja builds in the basement, kind of like this.
Yeah.
That was all custom. Like Adam would design that on the computer.
Yeah.
So we would do that, and then eventually we would get into like ninja gyms. We did a summer camp. We did a gymnastics gym. Yeah, it just took off from there.
What was that work like?
The work?
Building on that. Physically, mentally.
Yeah, it's a little harder than you think.
Mm-hmm. People only saw the end product.
The final product, yeah.
Not literally, they didn't see, you know, ordering the lumber, whether you were throwing like wing nuts or like the flywheels and stuff, like the stuff you had to order for that.
The holes,
the digging the holes, how many holes, what kind of soil were.
Yeah, it's crazy. We went through a lot.
How long those days?
It was a journey.
And if those don't know, I was gonna say, for those who don't know, I worked with Zach for a pretty long period of time through all that. I guess you can call me his first official like employee. Pretty much the only one.
Guys, you and Luke, I would say.
Yeah, pretty much the rocks that held it all together. But yeah, those were very physically demanding and long days, man.
Yeah.
And there were days, you know, the build, like where you're doing the build is, you know, 2 hours away. You're picking me up here at like 6:37.
Yeah.
Don't get there until 9. Start building at like 9:30.
Yeah.
Sometimes the wood wasn't even there yet.
Yeah.
You're like hungry, we haven't eaten. It's freaking 90 degrees out in the middle of July.
Right.
You're sweating, lifting up. I mean, dude. I mean, those holes. I mean, sometimes the ground was like rock solid, and you have to dig the holes to set the foundation like 20 inches deep. And you
like 36 actually a lot of times.
A lot of times, yeah. It's 3 feet, and you had to make 6, 8, 10, 12 of them.
Yeah.
I think you had the one that was like 14.
Everyone thinks we use an auger, but I mean, we would if we could.
And then it breaks.
It doesn't really work that way.
And then it breaks because you hit the stones, or it
augers
just doesn't
don't
work.
Go through rocks, so
right. So you got to pick it out, take the rock out, and then dig another foot because that rock was in your way.
Oh yeah.
Then you got to carry all the bags of cement, the 80-pound bags, and you need
carry all the wood to the
16
job site.
of them.
Yeah, it's a process. It is a process.
I mean, it takes days. You know, days of we were there 8, 10, 12 hours. Yeah. I remember the one time for the work wall, we were there for like 14, dude. Yeah. Like, it was a grind, man. Mm-hmm. But like we said, man, you gotta embrace the suck, but 2, you gotta love the process though. Yeah. Because those were some. It's not like we got there and we hated it. I mean, we laughed a lot.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of times.
Had a lot of really good times.
Definitely.
Built a really good work ethic. Mm-hmm. You know, you build good relationships with people. Yeah. You know? So.
And a lot of people don't understand there's a back end to all that stuff too. There's a reason why we're there. Yeah. You know what I mean? We have to get there. We have to book that job first. And that's where it all starts. That's where it all starts. That's, building the brand, marketing, talking to the customers, having calls with the customers, texting back and forth with the customers. Making videos, pictures, advertising on social media. Make sure the build is actually a really good build, so then they can recommend you guys to other people. Get referrals, get the word out. Yeah, and there's a plan for all that stuff. It's a grind. There's a lot that goes into that, and it was it was just you and Adam doing it. Yeah, 2 people doing all of that that we just talked about. Yeah, that's a lot for 2. At the time we're 21, 22-year-old kids. Yeah. It's a lot. Yeah, we started when we were 21, which is, to start a business that young, it's pretty rare. It's almost unheard of. Yeah. I think a lot of people didn't really realize how young we were. Yeah. And then until you show up and they're like, wait. Well, I don't think I look like I'm 21. I mean, I could, I guess. Facial hair helps. It does. But yeah, it was crazy. We just popped off like that. So you did those builds for how long? We did them from 2019 to 2021 for 2 years. Yeah. And was that all you did pretty much? I mean, you sold merch here and there. Yeah, we would sell like merch. We had like a really good like Instagram channel going as far as like showing off the talent of the sport. Which is still going. Yeah. And then after the builds, I started something called Sen City Academy, which is like an online platform where anyone can go and learn the skills of ninja, like how to lachey. That's all we have up so far, but we're going to have balance, upper body, how to do certain obstacles like warp wall, flying bar, the mindset, how to recover, how to warm up properly, all that stuff. So my my questions are, 1, why did the builds stop, and how did that come, and like, why they stop, what was the reason? Mm-hmm. 2, how did you come about with the idea of Sen City Academy? Right. Yeah, so I got the idea of Sen City Academy. I think just like from like looking at and seeing like what other people do and looking at the ninja community and seeing like what it needed. Yeah. What was missing from the ninja community? What would people want? Where could people find value? What could people benefit from? And I got the idea from that, just wrote it down on paper and brought it to life. Yeah. As far as why the build stopped, I mean, everything was going fine, and then one day Adam just called me up and quit. That was it. It's as simple as that. Yeah. I think me and Adam just like didn't see toe to toe on things. Like he had a different vision of the company than I did. Yeah. Like I wanted it to be this big thing. I just wanted to get better and better and better. And the builds were just like the start to that. builds were just a start to that. I always wanted to get better and better with the builds. For me, man, like if I'm not growing, I'm dying. So
Yeah.
like things have to get better and better. Um, and you know, I think Adam was like on board with that, but there was he kind of wanted to be like more like low key and just kind of like just do the builds and you know forget everything else.
Yeah.
And you know that's fine. Like I'm fine with that, and I'm happy things worked out the way they did because I'm in a better position now than I am what I was before.
Yeah, for sure. So like,
As far as like why Adam quit, like the real reason, honestly, I don't really know.
yeah,
You know, he told me, but he kind of didn't. So
and it's
that's
whatever,
kind of up for
man.
debate, to be honest with you.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, everyone makes their choices for their own reasons, whether we know them or we understand them. It's not up to us, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, now that was how long ago did that? I guess you can call it like that split. How long was? When did that happen? Like almost a year ago.
So we
maybe?
stopped building officially. I think like in the middle of September we did our last build.
Okay.
I think he quit like
September 21.
yeah. I think he told me he was gonna quit like probably a few weeks before that, and then we did like the last couple builds, and
Okay.
that was it. Now like if I wanted to, could I still build? Yeah, like I could just find someone else. I have a bunch of knowledge. I know how to build the courses. Not every single detail. I still need some like construction engineering like background, and I could just find someone to do that. It's as easy as that.
Yeah.
Is Adam probably the best at it that I know? Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as like anybody, he's probably the best.
No, for sure.
Period.
That guy. I mean, I love Adam, man. He. The one thing about him, he definitely always knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He definitely always
He either knew what he was doing or he acted like he knew what he was doing. But same thing.
But you couldn't tell the
but
difference.
But we always figured it out.
Yeah, always, every time.
We got every single course up.
Yep.
It was professionally made, and you know he knew how to do the design. He knew how to build everything. New ideas, like he could take an idea to life. So you know I give him mad credit for that.
Yeah, man. I mean, you gotta give credit where it's due, right?
Yeah.
So you know, September that ends up happening. Talking about the Sin City Academy. When did that? I guess you can say when did that really start? Because I know you have to plan.
Yeah.
And you had to put some stuff together.
Yeah. So like, yeah, that was a lot that went into that. Like the camera that we're shooting on now, I had to get the camera, lighting equipment, and I didn't know how to use any of that. Like I learned that on the spot from Sin City Academy.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
No.
Let's go.
Yeah, a bunch of blind confidence was basically how I started. If we're being honest, it was just an idea. I really wanted to do it. I always liked doing videos and stuff like that. I used to film videos for Sin City on my phone and the drone. I could edit pretty good, but I never was like that in depth with it. And then like this, like I had to build those skills.
Yeah.
I teamed up with like a videography company. They helped me out a little bit. With some of the content. Most of the content I shot by myself. But yeah, man, just learned it on the spot. Had teamed up with a bunch of athletes. Went with the plans from how we're gonna advertise Sin City Academy to like what tutorials we're gonna do, how we're gonna do them, all that stuff. And it was a process, man.
Yeah.
And then after that, I had to build the landing page so people like knew all about it, and then build the whole course, like build the whole outline for the course, put the videos up, make everything make sense, advertise the course, put it on social media. Yeah, it's a whole process.
So after September, how long did it take for all that to finally, get done where you were ready to finally officially launch and like start with
Yeah, so I launched Lachey Mastery, I think it was like November 19th or something like that.
So that's like 2 months later.
Yeah, that was just how to do Lachey's from beginner to advanced.
Yeah.
And I added like the warm up aspect of things and the mindset in there as well.
Okay. So that was, I mean, it's March now, so that's 5-6 months ago almost. So now here, sitting here in March, what's gonna what's next? What are the plans?
Yeah, so I have a bunch of content filmed. In the process of editing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still putting up content on the courses. Like as I finish it, I put it up there. So people who have Lachey Mastery, they're getting all that content. So if you have Lachey Mastery, then you're gonna get the full package sent to the Academy too. And then yeah, I'm just in the process of editing it. I'm gonna be doing that for the next 2 weeks, and then I'll launch that shit.
Whoopsie. What do you have any ideas kind of just floating around about for like maybe something else in the future, or are you just focusing on like this right now?
Yeah, I mean, to be straight with everyone, after Sin City Academy, I'm probably just gonna be stepping away from Ninja as a whole. Like, maybe I'll be around at some events, just because I love the community. I know a bunch of people, but I got more opportunities coming my way. And it's kind of with the camera, honestly,
Yeah.
the videography thing.
So, like no more competing. No, the builds are done. Like not just the whole Ninja as a whole, pretty much. It's just
Yeah, I mean,
gonna
as
take
of
that to
right,
the back.
yeah, as of right now in this moment, that's how I feel.
Nothing wrong with that, man. I mean, listen, like if like in your heart of hearts, like if this is truly what you want to do,
Yeah.
you're gonna do it.
Mhm.
I'm sure you have a vision for it all. It's just about how are you gonna get there? What are the next steps?
Yeah.
Just making it come to fruition.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'll be fine. And I'm sure there's definitely gonna be people who are disappointed, sad. I mean, like yeah, you're stepping away, but like it's probably it should probably make it be known. Like it's not because of them. You know what I
No.
mean? It's not like well, I just hate the ninja community, but like
Not
it's
at
not
all.
that.
Yeah.
Just it's more so
I'm
about
here because
you
of
just
Ninja.
want to do other.
Yeah.
There's bigger. I mean, dude, there's bigger opportunities that
There's just so much more out there in life.
yeah that you want to do.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But
as for like Sin City Academy, like I want to leave the sport in like the best way I possibly can.
Yeah.
And I want to leave my footprint on it.
Better than you found it, right?
Yeah, like I really just want to make a huge impact. So there's gonna be kind of like something special coming along with that.
Yeah.
As far as just like, basically, I'm not gonna be making a bunch of money on it. I'm gonna like, there's gonna be a surprise with it. It's not gonna be free.
I'm interested to find out.
But it's gonna be interesting.
I'm interested to find that out, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oop. Whoopsies. It's exciting times though, man. I mean, change. You can take it anyway. You can be like, yeah, I hate change. You don't want to change, or you can be like, I'm ready for something new.
Yeah.
And there's never really a perfect time for it.
Mm-hmm.
You just do it when you feel the time is right.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, man.
Exactly.
I think it'll be fine. I think there's definitely a bright future. I mean, now you've been in the whole entire ninja game as a whole so you're 23. It's like 8 years.
Yeah, like 8 years.
And that's a pretty long time, man.
Yeah.
Especially for only being 23.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty good chunk of your life.
Oh yeah.
That's definitely pretty much a third of your life.
I don't regret a single thing either, man. Like I'm here now because of Ninja. Honestly.
It literally whether it was the show, the build, Sin City Academy, it all brought you to where you are today. That gives you this opportunity now to go do something else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Without Ninja, who knows what you would be doing in this moment?
It's crazy. Yeah.
Like
I would be a completely different person.
Literally, I don't know what the heck you would be doing because I've only ever seen you as this ninja, like just being involved here, in this space, in this realm. That was just what you did, but now, who knows, man? I mean, there's so many more opportunities that are gonna arise. I kind of have it figured out for the next step. Yeah.
I'm starting a whole new business. I already have it figured out. I'm starting that April 11th, launching that April 11th. It's a videography / marketing business.
Is that still going to be available to like ninja community people, like that realm, or?
Oh, I mean, yeah. Why not? I don't think anyone's gonna like really jump on it.
Yeah. But it's still there.
A small community. But yeah, it's exactly. But I'll say that it's gonna be the biggest thing I've ever done, for sure.
And that's exciting, man.
Yeah.
Nothing more exciting than that,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's some fear that comes with it.
Oh
but
yeah. Yeah,
it's how you learn.
I'm not going into the business alone. I got someone that I'm partnering with, going 50-50 with.
That always helps.
That's gonna help me a lot. He's been in business for probably over 25 years. Has so much experience. So
It's longer than we've been alive, buddy.
Exactly. So
Heck yeah, man.
yeah, I'm super excited for that. Basically, my job's gonna be like filming stuff, editing stuff, coming up with content ideas, and basically marketing businesses, popping off businesses, making people look like influencers on social media, and it's gonna be fun.
Heck yeah, man. Nothing better than that, actually enjoying, having fun, doing. Because then at that point, it probably doesn't even feel like work,
Yeah.
If you're having fun, you get to go. Who knows? Maybe you're gonna be traveling a lot.
I am gonna be traveling a lot.
See some new places, some new faces.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time, man. I mean, it's exciting. It's exciting times. Is the Sin City podcast still gonna be a thing, or?
I don't know. To be honest.
You never know.
Like I kind of do want to keep doing that because there's a lot of really smart people, really talented people of insane stories in Ninja.
Heck yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I'm definitely not opposed to doing that. Podcasts are pretty easy to sit down with someone, interview them, have a conversation with them. Yeah, so I mean, if the opportunity is there, I'll definitely do some more podcasts. So if people want to jump on the podcast, feel free. We still got to get this thing on Spotify and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Got to make it more official. But I love the video podcast. I think more people pay attention to them.
I like things
with them. Yeah,
I'm more drawn to them.
Yeah, a lot of people are visual learners, but not everybody. But
yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's a good time. I mean, I'm sure there's probably a part of you that is like, kind of it's a little sad. It's coming to an end.
Yeah,
but bigger and better things await.
Yeah,
and you can't just be staying in the same place forever. Expect things to change.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is just a good first step for growth.
Definitely.
I'm excited to see what happens, man. It's gonna, even though I never really was in the ninja community at all. I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not as much as I loved working with you guys, dude. I'm not gonna miss the builds. Not
me either, bro. I've done enough of them.
Man. Yeah. Done with it. I'm doing
probably dug like 300 holes in my day.
If anyone ever needs like a hole dug, like yo.
Oh, dude, I can
people. After that,
I can knock that thing
2
out,
or 3. Scratching it, dude.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. But yeah, I just want to thank everyone who's like been a part of my journey in the ninja game. Sin City Academy, I've teamed up with like a bunch of athletes on there. I would name all of them, but I think I'd have a hard time remembering all of them. But you guys know who you are. Maybe I'll put you guys on the screen or something like that. But yeah, it's been a crazy journey, and yeah, you never know. Maybe I'll be back. Maybe I'll come back on the show one day. If if I get addicted to it again, my heart's there. I do think I have like the God-given talent for it if I really applied myself. But
get that
in this moment, yeah, my heart's not in it. I'm not addicted to it, so there's no way I could, become one of the best. So that's that.
And nothing wrong with that, man. You're on a different path now.
Yeah.
That was what you were meant to do at that point in your life.
Yeah.
Just like the builds were and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. That's what you're supposed to be doing in that time. Now it's time to walk away.
Exactly.
And it's not saying like you're never gonna be here, come back again, but you still gotta do your own thing. You gotta keep evolving.
Exactly.
As a person. So, and you're only 23, man.
Yeah. That's true.
You're only 23.
I am young.
So you got time.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be all right. So yeah, man. I'm glad we got to sit down. Really finally air it out because I'm sure people were probably a little confused.
Yeah.
Probably didn't have the full
the
build style, huh?
Yeah.
I wonder what's going on next, but well, that's what happened. That's what it is in a nutshell. The whole video, and I'm sure Zach will keep you tuned in to what's going on next.
Definitely.
And his journey to come, and just hopefully you guys keep giving him support from afar, so you can ask for it, right?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Sin City Academy, it's going to be dropping, like the full thing is going to be dropping pretty soon. So pay attention to that. There's going to be mad announcements on our social media. And it's going to be like a little surprise. So stay tuned.
Oh, yeah, man. That was a good one.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, appreciate you.